Morning all. Very good morning. Early morning I should say. It's only just gone 7 o'clock. Been up for a couple of hours because the kiddie winks are back off holiday today, so they're going to want to come over and see Grandad and Grandma. So, and all hell will break loose then. So anyway, what we got in the corner today? Yet again, another very, very big protest, march, rally, whatever you'd like to call it, in London. Mainstream media didn't see it again, did they? Get some of these ex-people, as I call them, yeah, they'll be all over them. But you missed a perfect opportunity there, mainstream. Because it's thousands and thousands and thousands of people on the streets. You could have talked about how well it went. How there was only one reported arrest, which was reported as a outstanding warrant. That was the only arrest I saw. It did seem to get publicised quite a bit. Plenty of holding the guy up for his photo shoots, etc. So make your own mind up on that. But that's the only reported arrest. You could have big up the police on how they handled everything. They just escorted people, followed it along. It drew its natural end. People wandered off, it fizzled out. Police walked away. They done very well. You could have used that as a headline even, couldn't you? But it just goes to show what we've always said in previous events of this size. The only time there's ever been trouble is when the police can't keep their batons in their hands to themselves. And this weekend just proved that point perfectly. Yeah, there was a few agitators in there, I expect. There was one or two little scuffles, but with that amount of people, you'd probably find that amount of scuffles amongst themselves, to be honest. Could even be the fact that the people now have got to know the faces and the tactics of the infiltrators that instigate the trouble. We know where a lot of them come from, don't we? But anyway, we'll stay on the police front. That was quite an up-from, really, watching that on Saturday. Now, we all know how quick the police are to use the Terrorism Act against a person with a camera. Biggest weapon going now, a camera, apparently. And they use this usually as a last resort when they haven't got anything else to harass people, get their details so they can harass them later, and you know how they operate now, we've seen it often enough. They falsely detain them, steal their equipment, hold their equipment for months, which is all against the police guidance, by the way. And it was nice to see, even if it was a little bit buried in the mainstream media, that one of the auditors had a successful case against them in court for doing this. And I know there's been many other auditors that have had the same sort of cases unproven. But yeah, they're starting to learn. But the thing is now, there's going to be a load of real ones out there. Real terror suspects. We don't know how many are coming into this country, or even who half of them are. They say they caught one at Birmingham Airport the other day that was on the no-fly list. Well, that's my local area. And, yeah, one out of how many thousands? They say only 1 in 10 criminals gets caught. Think about that one. You know, what you're going to do. You're either going to put armed checkpoints on the streets, or you're just going to wait for one of these people to commit another atrocity before you actually arrest them and do something about them. Just a thought that went through my head over the weekend, you know. But I'll end today on, yeah, it could be good news, I suppose. Someone, Rot Dog, I think it was, thank you very much, mate, jogged my memory in an email the other day about the old NHS data sharing crap. I had seen it, but I hadn't thought to say anything about it. The data share scheme has now been put on hold. Apparently due to a backlash and petitions. And thank you all for those that signed those petitions. I know I did put a link out to at least one of them. Yeah, what else are they going to try now instead to get all your personal data? Because that's all they're after. They just want to know everything about you, inside and out. And sell it to anybody that wants it. Now, they jumped on straight away with a bullshit story to cover this, to say it was all a bit of a test, just to see how people would react. Well, we never heard that when it was only a few thousand opting out. But once it got publicised and we put it out there, that went up to millions, and this obviously worried them. But please do remember that this is on hold. It hasn't gone away. It hasn't been done away with. It's just on hold. So, another big headline. This could be pushed through again under the table. So I will be keeping an eye on that. But at the moment, it's on hold. But the opt-out option is still there. So if you want to go and sign it, go and sign it. There's places all over the internet that do it. The best one to go to, I found, is the Black Belt Barrister. He put up all the links there, as well as petitions. So, yeah, I'll be watching that one closely. But that's just a general roundup of the weekend. And like I say, I've got a weekend of a day of the grandkids now. Hence the early video. But, oh, yeah, the NHS in the advertising the other day put out that 1 in 3 cases of the lurgy now is in the unvaccinated 19 and under age group. So would you like to inform us what the jab status is in the age groups of the other 2/3? Quick to point out that 1/3 is unjabbed. Just a question I'd like an answer to. I don't think we'll get it. Anyway, people, must go. Thank you for watching. My respects to each and every one of you, as always. Hope you have a lovely bank holiday Monday. I may be back tomorrow. It depends on what's happening with work. But until then, stay safe, stay strong, and stay free from the tyranny and oppression that the government is putting out now. Respects to you all. Laters.